Hi, my name's Anthony from Mandy and Anthony's Travels. A couple of years ago, I made this video.
So we have some friends who live in a place called Perkinston,
Mississippi.
something like that, down in Mississippi in America. And they sent me a picture about a week or so ago of their garden covered in leaves.
I didn't think I would ever get to see Perkinston myself. However, today we are here in Perkinston. Jamin, the first question, where's all the leaves gone?
Well, let's just say I got tired of having to clean up leaves with 2 sticks. No, so it was a lot of maintenance. And so we decided it was time. We got a great deal to take down a bunch of these trees. So we got some down in the front taken down. We got a bunch taken down in the back. So hopefully when this fall arrives, which we're now in fall, so the leaves are starting to fall. So hopefully we won't have to have all those leaf issues that we had before in the past.
So no leaves at all this year?
Well, we're going to have some leaves. I mean, there's still plenty of trees around.
Yep.
And then I'm sure plenty of the leaves from the neighbor's tree across the fence. I'm sure he'll give us some of those free of charge.
So it won't be very different then?
No, well, hopefully slightly different.
Okay.
Hopefully noticeably different at least.
So we've been here in Perkinston for just over a day now. And the thing that struck me, which I shouldn't have been surprised really, is just how quiet it is here. You really are in the middle of nowhere, aren't you?
Yeah, well, first thing I want to say thank you for not saying Pinkerton. You're finally getting it. It took you long enough to say Perkinston.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as far as the area, it's a very rural area. So it's nice and serene. Even though I'm in a neighborhood, it's still slightly rural. So, you know, in the morning you hear the birds, you know, but in the evening you do hear the kids running around sometimes, the occasional four-wheeler going by. Yeah. But other than that, it's still nice and relaxing. It's nice. You don't even really hear the traffic from the highway.
And when we had a drive around this area here this morning, the thing that again is really striking is the fact how much space you have between each house. Yeah, you have a lot of space here.
Yes. So when we were looking for a house, that was one of our requirements. We wanted to have some space, and this neighborhood is fortunate where you have to have at least a minimum of an acre lot. Right. So the houses aren't right on top of each other, so you have kind of space to breathe and relax and kind of feel like you're kind of rural. You're kind of out in the woods a little bit.
And it gives plenty of space for neighbours to put pumpkins up and get everything ready for Halloween. Right.
Yeah, if they want their house to look like a forest, or if they want it to look nice, our pumpkin patch. It's their prerogative.
So I'm guessing in a town, what would you call Perkinston? Is it a town or a village or a community?
We'll say a community. Okay. So I mean, I'd say a community. I mean,
So in a place, in a community like Perkinston, I'm guessing there isn't too much industry here. So there's not many jobs and things in Perkinston. Well,
you do have some of your industries here. Most people, they go work, you know, on the coast, or they go up to Hattiesburg. But you do have like the lumber industry, which has been around for decades. I wouldn't be surprised if 100 years, you know, it's been around since the 1800s. But so you still have those industries around where they're making plywood, or they're making poles for the electrical wires. You know, just the industries that cut down the pine trees and haul them to the town over to make paper. And there's also the big one is the community college. So a lot of people outside of our community, outside of Perkinston, when you say I'm from Perkinston or Perk, like, oh, the college, you know, and so that's a big thing.
So Jamin has brought me to, I've got to get this right, the Gulf Coast Community College. This is their football pitch. American football, not soccer. I used to play American football back in the day. I have never walked on a real American football pitch until now. So yeah, absolutely amazed. I was absolutely blown away by the facilities that the guys had there. Is there a centre of Perkinston? So is there like a town centre? So Jamin has stopped his car here, and I'm not quite sure why he's parked here. Hang on, let's find out.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Jamin, why are we parked here?
So if there ever was a downtown area of Perkinston, this would have been it.
And what's here?
So we got a Taylor's food store, and we got the Freemason Lodge, and we got some houses. And there's a post office around the corner.
And that's it.
Okay. And what else is there? Is there anything else here at all in Perkinston apart from the logging and apart from the college?
One of the things that is kind of iconic, apparently for people outside of our area, and it sounds like now outside of our state, is a business called Snow Boogers.
So while we were over in Snow Boogers earlier, we met up with a lovely lady called
Rita.
Yes. And Rita told us all about the history of Snow Boogers and where they came from. So we're here at a place called Snow Boogers. Snow Boogers?
Snow Boogers.
Snow Boogers. So this is just on the outskirts of Perkinston, and we have an amazing lady here called Rita. And Rita, so what's your job here at Snow Boogers?
I make all the ice creams and the sorbets.
Okay. So it's a very important job.
It is.
And Snow Boogers, that's a really interesting name. Where did that come from?
Well, the owners and their family were on a family vacation.
Right.
And they got to talk about opening an ice cream store, snowball stand.
Yeah.
And they got to talking about how it was, what they were going to name it. And they came up with Snow Boogers. And the booger is actually a gummy worm that goes on every snowball that goes out the window.
There you go. I didn't know that. Brilliant. Rita, thank you very much indeed for your time. It's been amazing. And she told us the history of all of the houses that were around there and her grandparents, how they lived there. Amazing piece of history. Well, I'm absolutely... I thought I would be impressed with Perkinston and the fact that it is in the middle of nowhere, and my hopes have absolutely been fulfilled. It is a beautiful place that you live in, and you've got an amazing house, and Alana is absolutely the best. So thank you so much for having us here for a few days. Thoroughly enjoyed it. You probably never will come to Perkinston, but if you ever get the chance, come here because it's idyllic. So thank you very much, mate.
So my pleasure.
Okay.
And I look forward to going to your hometown. What is it, Perthington?
See the beauty that's woven in every single moment.